Crocodiles are powerful apex predators, but it doesn't mean they always come out on top. Some animals give them a run for their money, and sometimes even defeat them. Sometimes they're just having a bad day and things don't go as expected. What about big cats? Let's find out together as we count down 15 times crocodiles and alligators messed with the wrong opponent.
Oh yeah, get him, cat, get him, kitty cat!
15. Baboon. A troop of baboons can challenge even a big cat if they organize themselves. But in the water, against a crocodile, I don't know how well they would fare. The attachment between a mother and her newborn baboon is quite profound, and they have a daily pattern that is like ours. Baboons are highly adaptable creatures that can be found in a wide range of settings in Central Africa. In this video, a smaller crocodile has snatched a baby baboon, but its mother jumps the crocodile and doesn't give up until the crocodile lets the baby go, which it eventually does. But the damage is already done. The mother baboon walks away with its baby in its arms, mourning its death. You can see in this video what I mean when I say a troop of baboons can manage to defeat a smaller crocodile. Not all the baboons are courageous enough to jump the crocodile, but a few of them are gutsier than the others, and once they go for it, the others join in the frenzy. This next clip shows a baboon fighting for its life, trying to get out of a crocodile's jaws. I must say, the baboon's strength is impressive considering the crocodile's pressure is immense. The poor baboon gets away, but it looks like it has some serious injuries to deal with, and there are no hospitals in the vicinity. Finally, a gray langur has its arm trapped in the jaws of a mugger crocodile while drinking water. The battle lasted over an hour as the monkey fought for its life. Later, the monkey was able to free its arm from the jaws of its assailant. However, during the fight, the monkey broke its limb, which can be fatal in the wild. Number 14. Wild boar. Wild boars are powerful animals that can move quickly. In the event of an attack, adult males' canines can cause severe injuries. However, when going up against a crocodile, the odds are against the wild boar. The crocodile is just too powerful, especially if the confrontation takes place in the water. In our first clip, this crocodile gets out of the water and sneaks up on some baby hogs. It looks like it's going to be a cakewalk for the crocodile, but the entire family comes to the rescue and prevents the crocodile from approaching the youngsters. In this next clip, a bunch of wild hogs are in the water and an alligator approaches them. The humans are throwing food close to the alligator as if they want one of the hogs to be ambushed by the alligator. A seriously deranged bunch of humans if you ask me. What had to happen, happens, and the alligator attacks the hog, leaving it no chance. I don't think wild pigs have a chance in hell against a crocodile or alligator attack when they're in the water. Finally, this warthog pulls a few dance moves a la James Brown and manages to escape the grip of this mighty crocodile. Number 13. Lion. Crocodiles and lions are both apex predators, but what happens when they clash? A crocodile has a fair chance of chomping down a lion in the water. It'll be a relatively easy battle if it gets the first bite, and there are enough crocodiles present to rip it to shreds quickly. Crocodiles prefer herd animals because they can get more meat with less of a challenge. However, when there is no choice, crocodiles will not back down from any meal. In our first clip, these 3 lions jump a crocodile, and it looks like it's almost game over for the reptile. But the croc is one tough cookie and manages to get the felines off its back and continues to fend them off. What they thought was going to be their Purina cat chow for the day went the other way. Next, this pride of lions is trying to enjoy its kill, but a crocodile wants a piece of the spoils. He better be armed and ready because it doesn't look like the kitty cats will want to play along. In this video, these lions jump a crocodile on some sort of small dune, but the crocodile manages to free itself and walk away. The cats don't pursue it. These 2 lions try their luck with this crocodile on land, but it's not easier than in the water, and the crocodile proves to be more than they bargained for. Finally, this male lion tells this crocodile it's not happy with the deal and it wants to renegotiate. The crocodile laughs and tells the lion to sit on it. Number 12. Buffalo. Although a croc is unlikely to attack a prey as big as an adult buffalo, these prehistoric animals will attack just about anything in the hopes of ripping off a piece of meat, and even elephants aren't safe. Attacking an adult buffalo is a calculated risk for lions, and the same goes for crocodiles. In our first clip, we watch how this crocodile tries to attack this herd of buffalo. The buffalo are drinking, and the crocodile is waiting to make its move. It manages to grab a buffalo by the neck, but the buffalo is so strong it manages to pull the crocodile out of the water. When the crocodile feels it could be threatened, it immediately runs back into the water and forgets about eating. Next, this crocodile is getting smacked around by these buffaloes, and you can see it being tossed up in the air like the buffalo are flipping pancakes for their morning breakfast. In this video, a crocodile grabbed onto a buffalo bull's lower leg, then a second bull came to his aid, hurling the crocodile twice into the air. The crocodile appeared to have been gored thoroughly, whereas the buffalo appeared to have escaped with only minor injuries. Finally, this buffalo tries to rid itself of a crocodile that's barely hanging onto its leg. With a lot of effort and perseverance, the buffalo manages to free itself. Not without sustaining a bad leg injury, though. It's safe to say this buffalo's days are counted with this kind of injury. Number 11. Elephant. Elephants are not ideal candidates to take on when it's time to eat. But sometimes, you don't get to choose your lunch, and that doesn't exclude crocodiles. They take whatever is available, even if it means risking their own lives. Watch as a mother elephant drinks from a river and has no idea the risk that lurks just underneath the surface. A 10-foot crocodile tries to clamp its jaws around the elephant's trunk, as the crocodiles stand helpless. Next, more elephants drink when a crocodile strikes a young calf with all its family around. This calf was probably celebrating a birthday or something, and the crocodile had to go in and ruin it all. I wonder if the crocodile has any idea how big elephants are, and if they decide to walk all over it, they could pretty much crush it into the ground. This time, a huge elephant is inside the water when a crocodile grabs its trunk. I guess the crocodiles know the elephant's weakness and their size, because they always seem to go for the trunk. The elephant's body is way too massive for the crocodile to do any real damage. Number 10. Hippo. Fights between hippos and crocodiles are epic. Although the crocodile has a power to consider attacking a hippo is a large endeavor. It's usually the hippos that chase the crocodiles, like you can see in this footage. Crocodiles don't seem to want to have to deal with the hippo beasts. Only a large herd of crocodiles drawn to the flesh will be able to push a hippo herd away. But even if there are many crocodiles in the same area as a hippo, they would leave it alone because they are lone predators and none of them want to challenge a hippo on their own. You can see what I mean in this clip where a baby hippo is playing with this croc's tail and the reptile is annoyed but doesn't even attempt to attack the hippo, and it's not even an adult. This confirms that hippos are not the crocodile's prey of choice, and that's an understatement. Number 9. Cat. Many big cats have difficulty dealing with big reptiles such as crocodiles and alligators. But what about domestic cats? That's right, watch the cat in this video stand up to this alligator. The alligator looks at the cat momentarily and then turns around. How's that for kitty power? Another reptile approaches the cat, and the cat repels it as well. After playing hardball with a few reptiles, the cat returns to his friend, a little boy, playing in the sand. Why is that little boy so close to such dangerous animals? Oh yes, I almost forgot. Because a mighty cat is protecting him. Here's another alligator that bites the dust when it approaches the cat. The alligator does pull a quick head turn to surprise the cat, but all for nothing since it retreats back into the water afterwards. This cat actually slaps out alligators for a living. You can see it do so several times in this footage. That's no ordinary cat if you ask me. Number 8. Python. Pythons can subdue enormous prey by encircling it with their muscular bodies and suffocating it. The task of eliminating a huge, aggressive predator like a freshwater crocodile is just half completed. The other half is eating it. In this video, a man protects a 4 to 5 foot American alligator from an 11-foot Burmese python in the Florida Everglades, which is an invasive species. This is the newest and smallest of 3 alligators he has rescued from pythons in less than a year, because the Burmese pythons have gobbled up all the rest of the small mammal populations. This clearly shows that alligators are soon becoming their major source of food. Next, a python and an alligator fight it out in the water, but it looks more like a water ballet as the two animals submerge underwater for a while. In the next battle between the two, the python is wrapped around the alligator, but part of its body is slithering through the alligator's mouth, and that could mean trouble. It doesn't look like the alligator wants to bite the snake, and it all ends in a stalemate. Our next clip is the real deal. This python is eating this alligator alive. You can see the alligator trying to escape, but it looks like it's not going to happen. This is one big, powerful snake, but it's not an easy kill, because the alligator almost gets out of the hold and out of the python's mouth. From what I was told, this battle lasted 5 hours, and the python ended up being successful. Finally, this python is looking for trouble, approaching a crocodile protecting its eggs. It goes in headfirst, and the crocodile snaps on its head without hesitation. But 2 young men intervene and move the python away. They try to grab the crocodile, but it keeps slipping away from them. Number 7. Otter. Otters can be some of the nastiest creatures on the planet. They may appear cute, but they are no strangers to heinous acts such as capturing newborn otters and keeping them for ransom in exchange for food. But hey, they must eat, don't they? Otters are carnivores who require a quarter of their body weight in food every day. Oddly enough, otters are often the apex predators or close to the top. 2 otters have 6 pups to protect and train in the ways of the jungle in our first clip. When a caiman approaches the family in search of a meal, this otter father has a lot on his plate. The 2 otters waste little time in encircling the caiman and striking first, before the caiman can do any damage. The cubs become panicked and accidentally follow their parents into the fight, which is not a good idea. The parents must now continue to fight the caiman while also worrying about the puppy's safety. The adult otters strengthen their attack and prevent the caiman from fleeing. The damage has been done, and the caiman is no longer alive, but not before killing 2 of the cubs. Watch this sneaky little otter in our next video. Jump back into the water to attack this crocodile from behind. It doesn't work, but it was worth a try. The otter is tenacious and repeats the process more than once. When otters decide to gang up on an animal, they are exceedingly difficult to defeat, even when it's a crocodile. You can see what I mean in the footage that follows, as rafts of otters continuously harass this big reptile. Number 6. Wildebeest. The wildebeest migration, perhaps the greatest spectacle on Earth, is really one of nature's most impressive events. A total of 2.5 million animals make the annual journey across Kenya and Tanzania's plains, resulting in the world-famous Mara River crossings. All the animals must now cross Kenya's Mara River to enjoy the fresh green grass on the other side. This is where the action takes place. This is the animal all-you-can-eat buffet for crocodiles. The wildebeest just keep coming, so all the crocodiles must do is wait and eat. Our first wildebeest is surprised by a crocodile when it comes to a watering hole for a drink of water. However, as soon as the big reptile pops out of the water, the wildebeest manages to jump over a tree log and sprint away. That's one lucky wildebeest. When these wildebeest are crossing this river in this clip, all the crocodile must do is intercept one, which seems like an easy task, considering they are all crossing in droves. In the end, it's a numbers game, and if it's not your time, you will be lucky enough to live another day. But this wildebeest's mother is separated from her calf when a crocodile clings onto her. That's the cruel law of the jungle. This crocodile has a solid grip on the wildebeest, but I guess it's not solid enough because the wildebeest escapes. Finally, this video captures the split-second escape of a wildebeest from the jaws of a hungry crocodile. With its big herd, the African herbivore crossed the Mara River, only to be halted by the huge reptile that stalked the region a few meters before reaching the other side. The wildebeest was able to leave unharmed with a little grinding and pulling. Number 5. Electric eel. The electric eel is a fish, not an eel. Their long, slender bodies give them the appearance of an eel, yet they are the only ones who can deliver a high-voltage jolt of electricity. They're all top predators who have little to fear in their natural environments. Electric eels get their name from the fact that they can deliver an electric shock of up to 860 volts, depending on the species. Watch this alligator grab this electric eel and get the shock of its life while it holds onto the eel. It's just shaking, getting electrocuted, and it can't get out of it. The only problem for the eel is that the alligator seems dead, but it's still holding the eel in its mouth. How does the eel get out of that? Next, this Amazonian caiman looks kind of shocked, no pun intended, after an altercation with an electric eel. They battled it out in the water, and guess which animal won? Number 4. Tiger. Tigers will nearly always kill crocodiles when they are on land. Tigers have killed crocodiles in every reported instance of them fighting on land. If a tiger comes across a crocodile in the water, it will try to jump behind the crocodile's back and bite it behind its neck, just like you can see in this video. Even though this attack is on land, it's obvious the crocodile doesn't have much of a chance defending itself when the tiger is on its back. These 3 tigers check out this crocodile, but the crocodile retreats into the water. Tigers are ambush predators who prefer to sneak up on their prey before springing into action and biting them in the neck or back of the head to kill them. Tigers can kill animals that are 5 times their own weight. Tigers will even fight crocodiles in the water and manage to win. That's how powerful they are. Number 3. Reptile versus reptile. When alligators or crocodiles lay eggs, the keepers usually collect them and place them in an incubator. Though most mother alligators are excellent parents, some research suggests that male American alligators are apathetic about their newborns, or worse, have been known to consume the hatchlings. Crocodiles are also intelligent creatures. They will never devour crocodiles that are significantly stronger than they are. Adult crocodiles never eat one another because they are too enormous and tough to fight, and a struggle could result in a massive wound. Watch in our first clip how intense this battle between 2 alligators becomes. These 2 aren't holding anything back. The riverbanks get cluttered with all kinds of garbage, including carrion, as water levels vary with the rain. Domestic livestock, as well as wild animals like this enormous feral pig, can wind up here. And whomever gets their hands on the carcass first gets to keep it. Crocs don't hold back when there's a ready food source like this. Salties don't care if the food is fresh or rotten. Other crocodiles are rapidly drawn to the carcass. Several crocs will soon be competing over the free food. Next, you can hear the sound of the crocodile's leg crack as another crocodile does the death roll and breaks one of its limbs. That must have been painful. This little one looks like it's going to be the main meal for breakfast as the rest of the horde join the feast. Next, these 2 large crocodiles fight it out on a golf course, and they are completely locked together with their jaws. They're about the same size, so this looks like a fair fight. Finally, these 3 saltwater crocodiles display their territorial behavior with one another to show which one is the most dominant. This game can last quite a while. Number 2. Jaguar. A fully matured jaguar can capture any crocodilian, regardless of species, such as a Nile or Orinoco croc, or any other caiman, including the black caiman, if their head fits in its mouth and it can crush their skull with a single lethal bite. In our first video, this jaguar seems like it's fully grown, and it just carries this crocodile out of the water as if it was a stuffed animal. This jaguar is so powerful and massive, and let's not forget it attacked the crocodile in its territory, which was a big disadvantage for the jaguar. Of course, it was an ambush, and the crocodile wasn't expecting it, but the odds were still high that the jaguar would not succeed because it was in the water. You can see this jaguar in our next clip swimming to a small patch of sand in the middle of the lake and just grabbing the caiman in a flash. Even though the caiman nodded its head from left to right, obviously letting the jaguar know it wasn't interested in being served for lunch. The jaguar went ahead nonetheless. In Brazil's Pantanal wetlands, this jaguar sneaks up on this lone caiman from behind and ambushes it successfully. The caiman didn't even have time to say hi, and the jaguar was already in the water choking it. Finally, this jaguar works this caiman before suffocating it to death so it can enjoy its meal. Number 1. Horse. Common knowledge tells us that horses can run, and they can run quickly. But what if they need to protect themselves? How capable are horses when it comes to that? Here is an excellent example. When this beautiful black horse notices this alligator moving, it stomps on it. The alligator, after all, does not stand a chance and is repeatedly kicked by the horse. As the horse returns to eating grass, the alligator manages to silently creep to the other flank. If the horse had continued to pounce on the alligator, I don't think it would have stood a chance. Since the horse is heavy and strong and its legs are incredibly muscular, and the alligator is on the ground, the alligator will absorb the entire weight of the horse every time the horse stomps on it. If the alligator had been in the water, it would have had a better chance. Fortunately, no animals were harmed during this dispute. We have seen some formidable opponents battle crocodiles and alligators, and funny enough, the big reptiles do not always come out on top. The one that impressed me the most is definitely the jaguar with its speed and strength. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's our countdown of the 15 times crocodiles and alligators messed